festivities. A mark of 0-1 off the loss to Colorado. We're off and running on a very busy day of college football on BTN. 4 yards deep and bringing it ahead and under the air. B.J. Smith is in motion. Now DeAndre Douglas on the jet sweep. Brings it around the edge. Fence very explosive throughout his time in Troy, Alabama. Barker's going to keep this one. Tiptoe to the out. Gifford off the edge, chomping at the bit on 3rd and long. Quickly get it out there to DeAndre Douglas. Douglas flashing down that sideline last week in the win over Florida A&M. This one's a driving kick. Booming punt deep inside Nebraska territory. It'll go in for... On 1st and 10, sprinting out quickly, it's Bunch, and he puts that one right on the... against Morgan. This is 2nd and 5. Stoll repositions the tight end. Greg Bell dancing in the backfield. Neat moves. Bell... Hymus, Foster, Conrad, Farmer, and Barniak put a lot of responsibility on that O-line with a new quarterback today. Huskers don't get much on its initial offensive sequence of the day. Bunch to throw. Shimmies, gets spun around, wrapped up, and dropped. Redshirt sophomore from Tennessee turns 21 next month. Averaged 42.7 last week. Spiral. Fair catch being signaled and made right at the...
Offense, number 22, lined up in the backfield. 5-yard penalty to be added on to the end of the run. First down.
TN.com/gamefinder right now to see where you can find the game in your area. 9 games in total on BTN before we're all done. As Caleb Barker is wrapped up and flattened by Luke Gifford. 2nd and 14 facing the Trojans of Troy. Barker skips out of there and fires, hits his man on the slant. This is going to work for big yardage. Willis is off and running, wrapped up and dropped by Aaron. Lows out to his center, Deontay Crumity. It's Smith in motion, quarterback key, and bit them. Showing blitz here off the edge. Barker had that one deflected. It was blocked, 24. Around the edge, just spinning down there. Time clock growing late. This boot's on the way. And there was a whistle. Conference home winning streak in the process. They're in Lincoln today. End over end. Over the head of Spielman. Week 1, though, after a brilliant 300-plus all-purpose yard performance. Ozigbo bouncing off tackle.
Didn't feel like they played particularly well last week, but yet they're the leaders of the team. So how they blend the wide receivers getting going along with establishing that inside run game is what Nebraska will try to figure out on this next drive.
A little bit too mistake-prone, Damon, were the wideouts last week. Huskers staying on the ground. Strong-looking run from Ozigbo, flashing through. Out of the gun. Bunch will keep it, show off his speed to the outside. Walked out of bounds by week in tough circumstances, coming off the bench in the 4th quarter of a tight game. Bunch will throw here. Quick game for Spielman. Spielman's flattened by Melvin.
Some screens. Explosive.
Ozigbo repositions. Bunch with good protection. Now he'll step away and get creamed as he throws this one into traffic. Nice catch by the tight end, Stoll.
It's a nice catch. Takes a hit. The ball pops out, as you see, from behind. After your offense turns the ball over.
Caleb Barker into the flat for Jabir Daughtry Fry. Fry measured quickly. Injury. Just about 100% now. Takes this quick shovel. There's Tyron Ferguson, though. Took a go, go, go for Troy. Barker throws it downfield. Deflected, grappling for it. They wrestle for it. No signal yet. Interception.
Across his body, and Lamar Jackson comes up with it. Wrestling it away.
The Huskers go back to work on offense, 1st and 10. Maurice Washington has some room. He slithers outside. Washington burning across the 35. Scott, 29-yard gallop for Washington, who became academically eligible this summer. And showing off in the Husker backfield that gets deeper and deeper by the moment. Out of the pistol, quarterback Andrew Bunch. Maurice making a one-man miss. And Kent State. The Indy Lions are perfect against the flashes as we get a flash.
False start. Legal snap on the center, number 62. 5-yard penalty.
The Under Armour All-America game was Washington, who hails from California. 2nd and 14 now. Trouble for Washington, who spins away and then gets buried. Ball's loose.
Was punched down. Now, was his knee down? His left knee. That doesn't look like it.
There's a whip.
Let's see what they say.
Further review. The ruling on the field stands. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Head coach of Troy. His first of the game. It'll be a 15-yard penalty. First down.
Docked him for it, giving Nebraska a first down. Washington spins away from a tackler, still on his feet.
Which is a brilliance.
Young man Damon, who chose Nebraska over Ohio State. Bunch gets out of the pocket. Andrew Bunch running to the sideline, and then he's escorted there. Final 1:15 of the opening quarter on a sun-baked 80-plus degree day in Nebraska. Bunch sprinting, looking upfield, heaves it there into traffic. It's picked off. Intercepted by Tyler Murray. Laurinaitis, a two-time Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year at Ohio State. Lots of motion. Big heavy-duty hit lowered by Caleb Barker in the gun on 2nd and 5. A handoff going to Troy Trojans. Troy, 3rd and 4. The quarterback is Caleb Barker. On the deep drop, floats it out there into the flat. Good tackle made by Dedrick Young. Is up a 4th and short for Troy. They'll punt it. John Lindsay says fair catch, and he'll make it just about. Presented by Physicians Mutual, Sunday, September 30th, 7 Eastern, here on BTN. Divino Zigbo stacked up right along the goal line there.
With the negative play.
A loss of 5. Motion from Mike Williams. Straight ahead running from Ozigbo. Really good fall camp. Bunch on 3rd and 8. Ozigbo tracked down by 3 different. And Caleb Lightbourne will hit it. Hangs this one high. Settling under. Skipping away. Great return. Inside Husker territory and deep. One more cutback. The roots and the distance for the touchdown. Troy. This one knuckles, spins towards the sideline. Spielman takes it from the 13. J.D. Spielman looking for a crease, and he got thumped for Troy. This one knuckles, spins towards the sideline. Spielman takes it from the 13. J.D. Spielman looking for a crease, and he got thumped by 10. Greg Bell in the backfield with Andrew Bunch getting the start today for the injured Adrian Martinez. Slips it out there nicely. Pick up by 15-yard gain for Nebraska. Spielman in motion. They'll swing it out to him again. Good blocking ahead. Spielman will pick up a first down. What's all the fuss about? He's been great lately. Run play here. Beautiful moves from Bell as he's carved down Conrad, who had an ankle bothering him last week. None the worse for wear. Bunch to throw. Looking down the middle. Launching this one into traffic. 2nd and 10 for the Huskers. In Troy territory, Bell skips to the outside.
Sanders up front.
Bell gets 8. It's 3rd and short. Give it to him again. Lassoed
On the hips. trying to get Troy on their heels.
329 yards on the ground last week against Colorado. Swing it out. Tyjon Lindsey. Lindsey dodging one. Showdown between the Hawkeyes and Badgers. BTN Tailgate presented by Geico. 10 a.m. Saturday. The Huskers bunch gets them up there quickly on 3rd and short. It's Bell. Knife down. Legends reside. A 28-yard attempt.
Number 32. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Over to snap. Armstrong with the hold. The kick on the way. And no. This series from the quarterback spot for Troy. Smith taking this one down the line. Keeping his feet moving. Diving out across.
To have a chance to win this ball game thus far.
Daughtry Fry repositions in the backfield. Smith keeps. Got plenty of room. And he'll gallop across midfield. Sawyer Smith on his horse. Chased down from behind by Aaron Williams. Troy is in business again. Smith still huffing and puffing. Late in the play clock. I don't think he can.
Number 3. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
They've answered the call so far today.
Sawyer Smith, who gave Caleb Barker a really good battle in camp. Getting the snaps on this sequence, running the ball effectively.
Personal foul. Defense. Number 7. With target.
Uh-oh.
Previous plays on the further review.
Well, Mohamed Berry.
Field. And
That's
this is
a
going
good
to cost
confirmation.
Mohamed Berry.
Well, it's important to note that it's not just helmet to helmet. You can't watch with a full.
Spiraling out of control now for Nebraska. Troy operating very well. B.J. Smith stopped there on the edge.
Add to the play. Personal foul. Defense. Number 43. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic. 1st down.
Clearly in the rule book, you read it word for word, that is targeting.
B.J. Smith is the man to the left of Sawyer Smith. B.J. in motion. Another whistle before the snap. Nebraska trailing by 3 after the opening quarter. It's a 10-0 decision now.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Who scores?
They sub Caleb Barker back in, the starting QB. Douglas in motion. Smith to the end zone. High stepping. Troy to a... Tyler Sumter comes on for the extra point try out of the hole from Luke Whittemore. And touchbacks last week against Florida A&M at home. Gets a toe into this one. Spielman waiting for Nebraska from the 5. J.D. Spielman hits the gas. Spielman, a smart-looking return. Nebraska, without Adrian Martinez so far, Bunch connects with Washington, the freshman's
For the half.
on 2nd and 10. Bunch, play action, over the middle, straight shot to Morgan. Stanley Morgan deep into Troy territory.
Ball by Bunch.
One of the captains for Nebraska, setting the tone now, as they've got some rallying to do. Washington dances to the outside. Maurice Washington down the seam. Tyus Sun, 21-yard sprint. Washington straight ahead. A show to the defensive coordinator in helping us assess the talent of Troy. Bunch looking, fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Stanley Hood. Barrett Pickering on for this extra point try. A little bit better for itself. Bunch heaves this one for Morgan back of the end zone. And the Huskers to kick off, trailing on home turf by 10. Booming kick. Trojans are going to let this one fall.
He is either to go for more or just run it out.
Nebraska's walk-on quarterback, Andrew Bunch, clicking for his first TD pass. Daughtry Fry is stacked up. Nebraska. Troy. Last trip it was Sawyer Smith at QB with a tremendous quarterback run. The longest play of the season for the Trojans. Longest by a quarterback in some 16 years. Barker under all sorts of heat. Stay on the ground. BJ for Tyler Sumter. Little rugby effort. End over end dribbler. That takes a Troy roll. Little backspin there. A lot of technical jargon there from you, Laurinaitis. I like it. Bunch. Swing it out there. Sneaky moves to make one man miss on Spielman, but then they were hoping for a call, didn't get it. 4 wides in the pattern here for Bunch off the head fake. Shooting deep down the middle for Morgan, deflected away. Trojans showing blitz. Well picked up. Bunch gets out of there with time. Throws this one low, it'll fall in. And awaiting the punt from Caleb Lightbourne. Another bomb. Rooker from the 17. Not going to step away from tacklers there. Wrapped up. He and Sawyer Smith have been doing the job today. Little pop pass for DeAndre Douglas. Douglas tripped up.
Have the momentum. We scored last. Let's focus on cleaning up the little things that we talked about all week.
Off the high snap. Barker gets it back. Barker kneels. 2nd and 10. Nebraska fans exhorting the troops.
I think Andrew Bunce is going to do a better job making better decisions. Got to throw the ball away when the opportunity presents itself.
Definitely forced one earlier. Turned out to be an interception. As Nebraska's running, picking up 14 on the carry. Go right back to him, stopping and starting, and then the Huskers face a 2nd and 6. 1 minute into the third with college football on BTN. Spielman in motion. Handed to him. Jitterbugs to the outside.
Monster back there in the backfield for Nebraska.
Lindsey in motion. Bunch to throw. Connects there at midfield.
His toughness in the pocket.
Marcus Webb, who's up some 27 pounds in the offseason, put a crunch on him. Bunch is dropped from the blind side.
Out there to Bell.
Nebraska moving quickly on 2nd and 20. Bunch to throw. Over the middle, he finds his man. It's Lindsey, although the officials, as they were falling to the turf. 3rd and long here for Nebraska. Bunch. Throwing against the grain there.
Make up 20 yards for a first down. There's not many in our playbook. So the drops come back to hurt them. Now they got a punt.
Lightbourne ready to hit it. He had, 13 punts better than 50 yards last year. This one he goes nose down. Rooker, who had the punt return touchdown in the first half, bunches this one. It's on the ground. Huskers digging for it. It's Nebraska football.
For Troy, see if they hold up here.
Bunch out of the pistol with Ozigbo. Ozigbo scampers outside. Lassoed from the
Hustling and getting him down.
2nd and goal. Ozigbo stopped again by supporting a first-time starter in Andrew Bunch. Can they clean house now? Bunch has time throwing the fade to the corner for Morgan. In a jump ball, he was beat Bama State championship teams in high school. This 23-yard attempt is on the way, and he gets himself on. Lightbourne will hit it. It was his high punt that forced the fumble from Rooker. The QB out of the gun. Barker looking this way, connects with Trey Eford, and Eford slashes across the 35. James Laurinaitis, I'm Joe Beninati. Damon Benning on the sideline for you. 1st and 10 here for the Trojans, who've won their last 5 road games. Nebraska, in fact, has lost.
Win.
Eric Chinander, the defensive coordinator, says of Stille, he's getting better every day. Sidney Davis in motion through the formation on 2nd and 7. Barker with a little pitch and catch. Eford gets away from a high tackle, then gets finished off by nearing the midway mark of the 3rd quarter.
The receivers are split out very wide up there, creating a lot of space. And now Nebraska adjusts themselves.
Barker making the calls. Takes the snap from center. Drags it back down. Slings it out there. Nearly a one-hand on defense. B.J. Smith drilled. Barker throws it inside for Sidney Davis. Davis gets wrapped up shy of obvious today. Barker throws over the middle, deflected away by Trey Neal.
Well, Coach Brown says we're here to win, so you're going with the aggressive decision. It may bite him in the rear end here as Nebraska's
Hobbling a
block
bit.
in the back. Offense, number 15. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Chalk it up that you missed him.
Andre Hunt, the freshman. Offensive coordinator Walter says we're going to need him this year. Off the pitch, here's Washington. Stalked by Tyus, who made sure that...
He did, but he took a shot for it.
Andrew Bunch says of this offense, he loves the tempo it plays with. He put this one on the ground. Still down. The ball still free. Matt Farniok.
These situations when you have a young quarterback, an inexperienced quarterback.
Bunch standing tall in the pocket. Throws one underneath there.
Defense, number 40. 15-yard penalty from the previous line of scrimmage. Automatic. First down.
And this wasn't
To Rippon and that outstanding team. The handoff, the Huskers will
swipe to the face of the tackle. You can't do that as a defender.
Washington makes people miss. Sprinting to the outside. Over. Bunch. Off the play action, he'll keep it. Slicing back against the grain. Track
Around here. Nebraska trying to go tempo.
They are going lightning quick. Spielman on the outside. Spielman's going to truck down the sideline. Touchdown. J.D. Spielman, 19 yards on the score. There is a flag on the field.
Offense, number 19. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Second down.
They
Takes back the touchdown for the Huskers.
Nebraska, after trailing by 17, trying to make the momentum swing in their favor. Washington will... Andrew Bunch has gone the distance for Nebraska at quarterback. No Adrian Martinez today, although he is dressed on the sideline. Bunch wrapped up around
Out here being electric like he was a week ago.
field goal time. 32-yard attempt for Barrett Pickering. Kick on the way, and right. Say it was surreal for him to be back here. End over end, this will power 17-13 Troy, the reigning Sun Belt Conference champs, giving the Huskers all they can handle in Lincoln. Honus is the stat. Troy is 25-0 under Neil Brown when they take a lead into the fourth quarter. 2:20 to go in the third right now. Eford playing hide and seek. Trey Eford will skip out of bounds. Neil. Third down conversions. Troy's had a tough day. The handoff. Nice run. Powering through. First and 10 near midfield for the Trojans in white. With a flag down, Barker looks over the middle, connects, but there is a whistle. The whistle.
Offense, number 26. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Daughtry Fry in motion. Barker to throw. Doesn't have a lot of time, and down he goes. It is Carlos.
7-8, make it a 3rd and 12 or something. You cannot have 3rd and 20 plus.
Barker sticks it in the belly of the tailback, but there's another whistle before the play and a flag down.
Late game. Offense, number 7. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Since November of 1962. Second and 28. Put it out there in the flat for Daughtry Fry. As he spun around, dragged to the ground by... And very long. Barker to throw. Fidgets free. Dumps it off to a safety valve. It's...
Enter the play. Personal foul. Offense, number 10. 15-yard penalty. Fourth down.
Punt on the way is a low-line drive rugby style that will have plenty of top spin on it again. Fabulous roll for the Trojans.
Game has started, Joe. Nebraska is still in it. They got the ball in the fourth quarter, down 4.
And a whole lot of time to operate. Bunch and Stanley Morgan connecting on the outside.
Keep fighting throughout this football game.
Second and 2. That play said, I need him to do it right. He did it there. Bell in the backfield on 3rd and 5. Bunch play action. Sprints away from pressure. Bunch turns the corner. Gets driven out of bounds by Wiz and Hunt.
Down marker, you're thinking, I got to stop him no matter what.
Bunch was able to pick up the first down yardage. Nebraska ground game back away
as well. Motion him back to a two-back look. See him motioning now.
This is Bell lowering the head, drive
Out there quick. So it's just another way to kind of get a run-pass option.
Huskers 3 for 11 on third down conversions, and this is going to be close. It looks short. Tuning in, Troy had a 17-0 lead in this game. Nebraska clawing its way back into it. Ruckert says fair catch. This one has backspin on it.
On us. Listen, these guys have to learn to compete with themselves. They're so talented. Nothing should stop them.
1st and 10, Daughtry Fry.
2.
2nd and 9, Douglas in motion. Fake the fly sweep, throw a crossing route that's deflected down and bounce opportunity now for Troy. Clinging to the lead. Barker in 24. 1st down now for the Trojans in the white jerseys. Honus Ravel. Maybe because you masquerade as a Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year of some sort. Something like that. Barker to throw. Puts it just off the... Blitz is coming. Picked up well.
I think they're going to get him for pass interference here.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 24. Automatic. 1st down.
1st and 10. About 6 minutes into the 4th. Sidney Davis in motion. Ball down the turf for a moment. Cleaned up by great off-season. 2nd and 10. Barker connects there on the outside. About halfway through the 4th. Smith in motion. Barker on the quarterback keep. Drives it straight ahead. Barker 1st down yardage. Keeping the chains moving. Changing the strengths. Troy is going to try and deceive. Barker carries this one. Steps to the outside. He's waltzing inside the 5.
Holding. Offense. Number 6. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
For now, they've got their hands full with the Troy University Trojans. Run straight ahead. Sprinting to pay dirt. This is a touchdown waltz for B.J. Smith. This kick back in the direction and over the head.
Degrees hotter on that. Those black pellets in that turf really get hot.
Nearing the top of the hour now with college football on BTN. Andrew Bunch pressured in the backfield. Ball's out. It's picked up by Maurice Washington, and then he's lassoed down.
Very fortunate to get that ball back.
As the Huskers get right back to work. Trailing now. Tying 17-0 today. Drew within 17-13, but B.J. Smith, the last man on the board most recently. Washington racing. Huskers need something explosive from Bunch. He gets away from a couple of sack attempts, and then gets bear hug as Filson.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. Number 2. 15-yard penalty. Automatic.
Last year, a whole bunch of penalties today, upwards of 20 split between the two. 2nd down and long for Bunch. He'll throw. Bunch, with plenty of time, goes through his checklist, checks it down to Washington. Maurice Washington is into a little bit. On this handoff, it's Ozigbo. Divine Ozigbo. Another flag hits the turf. Maurice Washington struggling.
Offense. Number 76. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Line.
You could see him writhing and wincing there in pain. Bunch sets his feet, fires underneath to Ozigbo, wrapped up quickly.
On space today.
4th and 8. Off the head fake. Bunch going deep. Has a man there. On target to the catch.
Has to make that throw, has to get that 1st down.
4th and 8 gets 26. Right back to the ground. Ozigbo powers his way.
They weren't even aligned on that snap. The tempo getting to him.
Here it comes right back at him. On the out. Nebraska in catch-up mode. Bunch. Outside Spielman. Makes a man miss. J.D. Spielman. Touchdown Huskers. A 7-yard. 3 minutes to go on BTN. An exciting finish between Nebraska and Troy. Bunch out of the gun. Sets his feet. Throws high. It's quarterback Caleb Barker is there. One of the few times today he's under center. The handoff for Smith, tracking him down. Caleb Barker brings him up on 2nd and 10. Douglas in motion. Barker off the roll. Throws this one in. 3rd down conversions. You saw that note on the screen. Trojans stay on the ground. This, the last of our earlier ones. This one an 11 a.m. local time kickoff in Lincoln. Lindsey looking at this booming drive from the punter, Sumter, who's had to kick this. After a 57-yard punt, it's negated by the penalty. So the Trojans are going to have to do it again, namely Tyler Sumter, who's doing...
Accept this penalty. All those guys are tired from running down, covering that last punt. See if it pays off for Nebraska.
Sumter to hit it again. Another good one. Dragging its tail. Lindsey says... Andrew Bunch. All the QBs, they take a game test each week, regardless of whether they're starting. He was ready. Here comes the pressure. And Bunch will throw it away. Air with 2:20 to go in Nebraska, looking for a leading score. Bunch, well protected, throws high. It's intercepted. It is picked off against teams currently in the Big Ten. Handoff. Those were his direct words, James, and then he finished it by saying, champions don't make that mistake.
Film session tomorrow here in Lincoln.
On 3rd and 3. Sawyer Smith will take it. Smith is a kneel down from Caleb Barker. Troy University coming from Troy, Alabama to Lincoln and knocking off Scott Frost and the Huskers, a 24-19 final.
Well, a disappointing loss for Scott Frost. They're trying to get